Hi, this is Mato. Welcome to my online chess lecture. In this video I will show you a game between Teimour Radjabov and Vidit Gujrathi. This is a game from Tata Steel Masters, played in 2019. Teimour Radjabov had white pieces and he started with d4. Vidit Gujrathi played knight to f6, c4, e6, knight to f3, d5, queen's gambit, knight to c3, bishop to b4, queen's gambit declined, Ragozin defense. This reminds me of Ninso Indian defense. White to move. Queen to a4 check was played. Bishop to g5, c takes on d5, and e3 are the three most played moves. Back to our game. Queen to a4 check. Not so popular move. Forking the king and the bishop, but the problem is easily solved by playing a knight to c6, blocking and defending the bishop. However, with this move, black is blocking his c-pawn. The game continued. e3, Vidit castled kingside, queen to c2, rook to e8, bishop to d2 unpinning, bishop to d6, white to move. Perhaps c5 comes to mind, or maybe bishop to e2, or a3. Teimour Radjabov played h3. You would think, why h3? What is the idea behind the move? The idea behind the move will be revealed soon. a6, a3, preventing knight to b4. If bishop to d3, knight to b4 is painful. Radjabov played a3, bishop to d7, bishop to e2, d takes on c4, bishop takes on c4, h6, white to move. What would you do in this position if you had white pieces? Perhaps rook to c1, rook to d1, or castling kingside comes to mind. Do you agree? There was a big surprise. Radjabov played g4. This move made the game more interesting, and it is not without the risk, because white king is lined up with the black rook. Is white going to castle queenside? That may also be very risky. So this is quite a risky strategy. Vidit played the most natural move, e5, intending to open the e-file and punish white for his aggressive play. White to move. What would you do? Maybe d5 comes to mind, keeping the e-file closed. Well, Radjabov played g5. Black to move. b5 was played. If e takes on d4, one line goes like this. Rook to g1, d takes on c3, bishop takes on c3, and if now h takes on g5, knight takes on g5, white is threatening bishop takes on f6, and then queen to h7 check, winning the game. Back to our game. Vidit played b5, bishop to a2, e takes on d4, white to move. The first move that comes to mind is pawn takes knight on f6. Do you agree? G takes on h6 was played. Rook to g1 is also a good move. G takes on h6, sacrificing the knight on c3. D takes on c3, bishop takes on c3, bishop to e6, opposing the bishop on a2, bishop takes on e6, rook takes on e6, rook to g1, threatening rook takes pawn on g7 check. Black to move, knight to e8 was played. If g6, one line goes like this. Rook takes on g6 check, f takes on g6, queen takes on g6 check, king to f8, and now white can play h7 or even knight to g5. Knight to g5 is even stronger. Black would play perhaps queen to e7, then h7, intending pawn to h8 queen. Knight takes on h7, knight takes rook on e6 check, and white is winning. Back to our game. In this position, Vidit played knight to e8. Bishop takes on g7. Knight takes bishop. Rook takes on g7 check. King to f8. Queen to h7. This looks very unpleasant for the black king. Do you agree? Queen to f6. White to move. If castling, queen takes knight on f3. Radjabov played knight to g5, and now Vidit decided to fight fire with fire. Rook takes on e3 check. White to move. King to f1 was played. If f takes on e3, then bishop to g3 check, and after king to d1, rook to d8 check. If king goes to c2, then even knight to d4 is possible. This is check. And after e takes on d4, queen to c6. This is very unclear. Back to our game. King to f1 was played. Black to move. Knight to d8. If something like rook from a to e8, then rook takes on f7 check, and after queen takes rook, queen takes queen checkmate. That is why Vidit played knight to d8, queen to g8 check, king to e7, white to move. How would you continue now? Radjabov played h7. Wow, the pawn is so close to queening. Bishop to g3, white to move. Knight to e4 was played. If pawn is pushed and promoted to queen, this move has a tiny downside, and that is queen takes on f2 checkmate. Knight to e4, defending the pawn on f2 and attacking the bishop on g3. Rook takes knight on e4. Rook takes bishop on g3. Rook to h4, controlling h8 square. Rook to d1. If rook to e1 check, then black king escapes on the queen side. So we have rook to d1, preventing the escape. Rook takes on h7. White to move. Queen takes rook is not a bad move. Radjabov played rook to e3 check. If queen takes on h7, knight to e6. We have rook to e3 check, and after blocking, the white queen picks the rook on a8. Rook to h8, queen to c6, king to f8, white to move. How would you continue now? Teimour Radjabov played rook takes on e6. How should black recapture? Queen takes on e6 was played. If f takes on e6, then rook to d7 is winning. Queen to a8. Check is next. That is why Vidit played queen takes on e6. Rook to d8 check. King to g7. Queen to c3 check. f6. White played a move and black resigned, and the move is queen takes pawn on c7. Check. Vidit resigned in view of this continuation. Queen to f7, and then queen takes queen check, separating the king and the rook, and then rook takes rook on h8. What an amazing game. What do you think of this game? And that is all. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. I wish you good luck with your chess, and bye for now.